I just don't see him. Like
he's just missing.
Is poor, bro. It's like I'm driving on and it's snowing. Like
I'm telling you.
Boy, does Arteta know what he's doing is the question, because even from a fan standpoint, I think, look, fans weren't happy when Kai Havertz came into the club. Ex-Chelsea, all that kind of thing, and it's not like he was overly banging for Chelsea. He came into the club, a lot of us have just, put our faith in Arteta. He must have seen something in him, so let's run with it. And we're 4 games in, and again, let's not, go into hysterics. It is only 4 games. But we are yet to see something. Yeah. Today, I had an eagle eye on Kai Havertz. I said, no, I need to see this guy today, especially from getting hooked last week. Vieira coming on and putting in such a performance, and it's a complete utter shame that performance wasn't rewarded with 3 points. But I had to watch Kai today. I had to see what my man was on. A lot of nothing. I saw a lot of miscontrolled. I saw a lot of lack of control. I saw the air shot he took in the penalty area. Yeah. A lot of men were saying he has to score that. Bro, he just has to hit the target. He just has to hit the target. Like, I'm not even going as far as he has to score, because we saw Saka miss a sitter. Really, you can see it's not always that easy. Like, he has to strike the ball though. That's what he does.
100%.
And he didn't. And then again, Havertz is hooked for Vieira, and it was quiet in places. I again was watching Vieira to see that spark, the stuff he done against Fulham. I was trying to see it again. United are a different animal, but when we got to obviously the latter stages and the game became very spread, we saw Vieira got on the ball, and he managed to make a pass to Gabriel Jesus, which he scored, and that's another assist for Vieira. Yeah, it's ultimately another assist for Vieira. So is it time, like, Vieira is truly considered? No, firstly, is it time Havertz is dropped? Because we have more than Vieira as an option potentially. But from what we have seen in the last 2 games, especially, it looks like Vieira really has, a shout to be starting the game. Unfortunately, now he has to wait for international break. But post international break, Vieira should be in the starting 11.
Bro, 100%. Similar to you, I was keeping a keen eye on Havertz. I feel like we generally, both of us have been try to be balanced, try to be good fans. You know what I mean? Yeah. But again, today I saw a bit of lack of luster. I did see him, coming back and doing the normal things you should do, regardless of where you play on the pitch. But in terms of what we're trying to see him adding to our team, I didn't see it. I saw a lot of one-touch, like, bounce passes back to the player who passed it to him. Like you said, not a great lot of control. He skewed that chance. Like, I was literally had my hands in the air going up like this, thinking that's going to be the first goal. And
that would have been brilliant as well.
It would have been a great way to settle nerves and everything. And it's just not coming together. And so, like I said, it's about Arteta protecting him. But just now, I just want to read something to you. It's a quote that he said about Havertz.
That who said? Arteta.
Arteta, yeah.
Don't tell me it's this wedding stuff. Did you hear that?
What, the one about his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was gonna. Yeah. So I mean, for the listeners,
read it for the listeners.
Yeah, for the listeners. Arteta says, "I said to Havertz, things are hard at the beginning. When I met my wife at the beginning, it was hard to conquer. It was hard. I had to try and message her and go. At the end, when she says yes, we can be together. It's beautiful." It sounds like he's not trying to drop him anytime soon, and it sounds like he's so invested in him because he is his signing. But like I'd seen previously, a lot of people are mentioning when this kind of treatment was happening with Saliba, or when we had this issue with Saliba, it was the fans who were kind of supporting, and we're hearing that it was Arteta who wasn't speaking to him for a week. And I still feel like there is this maybe immaturity is the lack of word, but a lot of growth still needs to happen in terms of managing players and things like that. Because I just feel like he has to protect him. I just feel like he just needs to give him some time to sit down, to rest. People are still talking about Smith Rowe. He's not given a chance yet. He did say something in the week about Smith Rowe getting a chance in September because there's more games and all that sort of stuff. But Vieira, I feel like you said, and similarly, remember the game we had against Villa last season when Martinelli went through on the open goal? Vieira was the one who gave him the through ball when Jorginho scored that. Vieira was again the one who was free to give that ball to Martinelli. And for me, it might seem like a simple pass. You might say if you put Havertz there, Havertz would make that pass. But I think the most important thing was being in that position. And it seems like Vieira has a knack for knowing where to be, great weight of pass, and Jesus does the rest. So I think Fabio's knocking on the door. And I mean, if this was Football Manager, Havertz would go to the back of the line. I'd be saying, okay, Fabio start, Smith Rowe, you'll be coming off the bench. Havertz, you've got to start showing me in training, or these men have got to, slip up. And this is why we have a squad, because when someone's at a low point, we don't need to force them through that poor form. It may be in the short term, it might knock his confidence, but then it's about giving him the energy to be like, yo, okay, when you come off the bench though, you need to show me you're angry. Similar to Eddie, said that he didn't play in the Community Shield, went and trained like a beast, came in and got his goal. So yeah, I'm not convinced right now that he should be starting at the very least. He's just not giving us enough at all.
Yeah. Like even after the first two games, there's all these stats about off the ball runs and winning duels and all of this stuff, which I was like, all right, well, there's evidence to say that he's doing something. I haven't seen those stats in the last two games. So is he still doing those things? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the percentages have dropped. I don't know. But I saw, this is going to be one of the hardest games of the season. And if these four matches we played were City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester United, and this is the output we're getting from him, you could somewhat excuse it. We're playing very difficult games. He's trying to settle all of this kind of stuff all at once. But that hasn't been the case. Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Manchester United. We should be seeing something. The position may be new to you, fair enough, but Xhaka did it. And for sure, on paper, because I'll say on paper, you've got more talent than Xhaka. So I don't understand what, and you were playing 10, you were playing midfield before. Like, right now, you just look like a deer in the headlights. You look like you've been brought to a big club for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And now you're fluffing your lines. Like, I don't wish this on anyone, but this should be Declan Rice. Yeah. This should be Declan Rice. Like, oh, this is how we're moving here in this midfield.
Yeah,
okay,
it's a different level.
The level, but no, Declan's just got on with it. Like, but Havertz it's hard to criticize because I know the position is new, this, that, and the other. But
of course,
basics. And I always say, if nothing is happening for you in terms of the technical side of the game, big man, put in a challenge. Let the crowd get behind you. Put in a challenge. Put yourself about. Like, you're a big boy in it. Like, I just don't see him. Like,
he's just missing.
Is poor, bro. It's like I'm driving on and it's snowing. Like,
I'm telling you,
I can't see nothing.
Wipers on, not doing anything. You know what I mean? It's just that he's not being seen, and with all of his baggage from Chelsea, it's just not helping. And again, it's where he's come from. It's like, again, the type of play he was at that. And even all the running stats. I mean, I used to see that for Ozil, but that was more so in the thing that saying that Ozil was lazy, that he's just walking around the pitch. And it was, again, to say he's not lazy. you couldn't argue with his end product in certain parts of his Arsenal career. But with Havertz, we're showing running stats just because. Nobody's saying that he's lazy per se. We're saying we're not seeing what we bought him for, which was end product. Yeah. Not even end product saying goals, but just like attacking prowess. You know, he's going to be another one to be playing those pre-assists and assists and goals and all of that. And we're seeing that, our attack is even more ferocious. Doesn't feel like that. And like I said, we've got the depth now that we can rotate in quality players. And we still have him there there's no shame in him sitting out for a little bit because it's hindering the team in a sense, where you have someone else who's making key passes and making assists. Like you said, 2 assists now for Fabio Vieira coming off the bench. Havertz, like I said, the Ops are going to be saying he's at 004. He's got 3 more games and he's hitting that 007. And what do we say then? So yeah, international break. I don't know. Like you said, I think the whole deer in headlights coming to a big club and that analogy you said is just perfect. He just looks like he's too eager to impress, or he's anxious, he's nervous, and he just needs to calm down. But he can do that on the bench. He can do that on the bench.
Yeah, back to Vieira. I think it's been very good. It's been a total turnaround from what we saw last season. And granted, it's a different situation when you come off the bench and you're just asked to do something. And obviously he's excelling in whatever the gaffer's telling him to do in these last kind of minutes within a match or whatever the case is. But this is all he's getting to prove his case. So, you know, I think 2 occasions, one against Fulham, one against Manchester United, is enough to really kind of put him in with a shout. Obviously, I doubt he'll probably be involved in whatever Portugal are doing in the international break. So he'll probably remain at the club, and you know, good opportunity to really kind of show to the gaffer, look, I'm busy doing this, I'm improving, like give me a start, build the case even further if Mikel is persistent with Kai Havertz. Like, he has to keep building that case. And it's not just Vieira, Smith Rowe, Trossard, all these other potential 8s that can play in that position. It's time to wake up, because you can see someone there that's right now ain't hit the floor running. So if you man all start showing the gaffer, whether it be training, whatever, I'm ready, sort of thing. And when you get the chance to take the opportunity, Mikel will have no choice but to drop by a guy, because if he doesn't, it'll be his head on the chopping block and not Kai Havertz. So yeah, I'm here for Vieira. I'm here for the squad options. And maybe Kai Havertz just needs a rest. Maybe he needs to get Carling Cup matches, or, you know, just something different to just, you know, even Champions League might be better for him. Just something different, and maybe we employ different tactics that may work for him. We'll see how it goes.